Do you know that some of the countries around the world are actually climatic twins? Now you must be thinking, what are climatic twins? I mean, how can something be a twin of something else on the basis of climate? Well, that is what happens on our planet Earth. Let me explain. Now, if you see this region in Canada, and let's see this region in Russia. Now, these two places are actually on different sides of the world, but they have very similar temperatures or very similar climates. Now, if you notice, both these areas actually lie between these two lines. Now, let's see another area. You see this, now this part of Mexico and this part of India also have similar temperatures. That is, they are climatic twins. Now, again, if you notice, these two also lie between these two lines. So, how are places lying between two lines usually having similar temperatures? What are these lines exactly, and how do they define climate of a place? Let's see. These are the major latitudes on our planet Earth. Now, if you notice, here is the Arctic Circle, which is at 66.5 degree north. Then here is the Tropic of Cancer, which is 23.5 degree north. Then the Tropic of Capricorn, which is 23.5 degrees south. And then Antarctic Circle, which is 66.5 degree south. And between these two lines, there are different countries. So you see, these lines are making certain zones on planet Earth, and these are very important zones. Do you know what these zones are? These are called the major temperature zones on planet Earth. So you see, the area between Arctic Circle and the Tropic of Cancer is called the temperate zone, and the area between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, between this and this, is the torrid zone. And then again, between Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle, that is between this line and this line, you again have a temperate zone. And beyond these two lines, that is beyond the Arctic Circle and beyond the Antarctic Circle, well, these zones are called the frigid zones. So let's understand what these zones are and what do they stand for. So let's start with the torrid zone. Now, torrid zone is also called the hot zone. And why is it the hot zone? Because whichever areas lie in the torrid zone usually face very high temperatures. So all the areas between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn usually face very high temperatures. Now, why does that happen? Let's see. Now, you see, our Earth is spherical or round in shape. So what happens is that the sunlight which falls on our planet Earth falls at different angles, at different places. So when you talk about the equator or areas around the equator, so they usually face direct sunlight. So sunlight strikes these places most directly, and as a result, they get very high temperatures. And so they lie in the torrid zone. And this place is torrid zone or hot zone because of this. Now, there is an interesting fact even in that. Now, these places which lie around the equator or which lie in the torrid zone are also called tropics. So, all the different countries which lie in this torrid zone are called the tropics. And the climate which these places have is called the tropical climate. So the tropics have a tropical climate. Now, in the tropical climate, it's not always that it's completely hot and because of that it's completely dry too. there is a variation. So an interesting fact is that the places which are very close to the equator get most of the sunlight, and that's why they are the hottest. But the countries which are the hottest, they are the wettest too. So for example, countries like Ecuador and Congo, which lie in this region, usually face very high temperatures in the daytime. They get a rainfall in the evening time daily. That is, every day they face very high temperatures in the daytime, and then as the evening arrives, they get very heavy rainfall. So you see, the places which are the hottest, they are the wettest too, which is an interesting fact, isn't it? Now, apart from the torrid zone, there is the temperate zone, which lies in both northern and southern hemisphere. So let's see where this zone lies. So the temperate zone lies between the Arctic Circle and the Tropic of Cancer on the northern side, and between Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle on the southern side. So all these countries here, which are in North America, Europe, Asia, so all these countries have temperate climate. That is, their temperature is not too hot, neither too cold. So the temperate region means that the temperature will be moderate, neither too hot nor too cold. So major parts of North America, major parts of Asia and Europe have temperate climate. That is, they lie in the temperate region. Similarly, if you move to the southern side, this part of South America also faces similar type of temperature. That is, this also lies in the temperate region. So you see, on both sides of the equator, you have temperate regions, which have neither too hot nor too cold temperatures. Now, why does it happen that these places are not very hot and not very cold either? That's because the temperate zone lies in this area of planet Earth. As you can see, in case of torrid zone, sunlight strikes directly. But in these regions, the sunlight does not strike directly. In fact, it strikes at an angle. So you see, they don't get very direct sunlight. As a result, they are not very hot and not very cold either. Now, this is the reason why only the countries which fall in the temperate zone actually have 4 distinct seasons. So while countries in the torrid zone do not face 4 distinct seasons, only countries in the temperate zone will have 4 distinct seasons. So countries in the temperate zone will see all the different seasons of winter, summer, autumn and spring. Now, apart from the temperate zone, another zone is the frigid zone. Now, frigid zone lies beyond the Arctic Circle in the northern side and beyond the Antarctic Circle in the southern side. So countries like Greenland and Antarctica fall in the frigid zone. And so these countries usually are covered with snow all the year round. That is, it is freezingly cold in these regions. So whichever area falls in the frigid zone have very, very cold temperatures. Now, why does that happen? Well, that happens because all these regions lie in the frigid zone. Now you see, the sunlight here is coming at a very low angle. So you see, the same amount of sunlight which was falling here on this small area on the equator, the same amount of sunlight is actually spread across a very large area. And as a result, this area is actually getting very small portion of the sunlight. As a result, these places are very cold. And when you go to the North Pole, it is not receiving sunlight most of the times of the year. And as a result, it is freezingly cold out there. And that is why these regions are called the frigid zones, because they get very less sunlight and as a result, they are very cold. So you see how we define climatic twins on our planet? You see Canada here and Russia here. Both these areas lie in the temperate zone. And as a result, they have very similar temperatures. And so you can say that Canada and Russia are actually climatic twins. If you see here, the lower part of Mexico and the lower part of India both lie in the torrid zone. And as a result, they face very high temperatures. And so Mexico and India are also climatic twins because they have very similar temperatures, because they lie in the similar temperature zones. So these temperature zones will decide which countries are climatic twins of each other. So you see, the major latitudes on our planet Earth actually divide the entire Earth into important temperature zones, which are the frigid zones. They are very cold, freezingly cold. Then there is the temperate zone, which is moderate, neither too hot nor too cold. And then comes the torrid zone, which is very, very hot. It receives direct sunlight, and that's why it's very, very hot. And so we have these different temperature zones which help us identify which country falls in which type of temperature zone, and it will have which type of climate. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. You can also register for free at deltastep.com to get all learning resources as per ICSE, CBSE, IB, Cambridge, or any other curriculum. Over 5,000 amazing lectures across maths, science, English, and social science. Our unique interactive video technology keeps you engaged, and our iDictionary feature allows you to quickly revise any concept. Master each topic at your own pace with our adaptive practice technology and 1 million plus questions. Get instant answers and detailed solutions. Be exam ready by taking unlimited mock tests, performance analysis along with actionable feedback, personal tutors to resolve your slightest of doubts. That's not all. You also get amazing prizes like PlayStations, iPads, watches, and many more, along with certificates through our Earn As You Learn program. So at deltastep.com, learning is not just fun and easy, it's rewarding too. So register for free now.